Are you about to begin your journey into night shift and you really aren't sure how that's exactly going to work for you? In the video coming up, I'm going to cover how to eat, sleep, not die when you drive home, all of that good stuff about night shift so you can survive on the dark side. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, I'm Liz. Welcome back to my channel. I do videos on being a nurse, becoming a nurse practitioner, being a mom with a new baby, cloth diapers, all that good stuff. If that's something you're into, make sure to subscribe down below. All right, so let's talk about the very first thing, and obviously one of the most important and concerning things to a lot of people going into night shift is sleep. The very first thing I want to talk about is how to sleep going into a stretch. So when you're going into a stretch, you're going to want to try to sleep in that first day. So of course, different things work for different people. This is just what I have found works best for me, and a lot of other people kind of mimic this schedule, so I think it works with a lot of people's natural sleep rhythms, as natural as you can get when you're going to be up all night. The thing I think is the easiest in order to get into your stretch is to go to bed a little bit later than you normally would, and then if you wake up in the middle of the night or something, take a melatonin or something that's going to make you kind of tired, because your goal is to sleep in and you're just going to power through this first day, okay? And you got this. If you can score a nap in the afternoon, awesome. I found that naps in the afternoon just made me more tired. Now, when you're in between two night shifts, you're gonna wanna come home and I think go right to bed. The reason I say go right to bed is most people who work nights are gonna wake up at like 1 p.m. and it's kind of weird, but most people do it. And whether it's to get up to go to the bathroom or whatever, your body kind of is like, hey, we're up now. And it's really hard to fall asleep after that 1 p.m. wake up. So if you're going and doing activities in the morning and you're like, oh, it's not a big deal, I'll go to bed at 11 and I'll sleep till 7. Your body might give you a really rude wake up at 1 p.m. and be like, no, we're up now, and you're exhausted later. So I found it was the best to just go to bed and then see how long you could sleep. That way, you at least get a couple hours in before your body tries to revert back to its normal sleeping schedule. So when you've done all your night shifts and now it's the day you're coming off and you're like, woo, I have the day off, you still need to sleep. So I recommend going home and taking at least a 4-hour nap. I found that sleeping any less than 4 hours isn't really beneficial. You're still tired, and if you sleep more, awesome, but you might have trouble falling asleep the next night. Now, I never have trouble falling asleep, so I could sleep until like 4 p.m. and then go to bed again at a normal time, but then your day's kind of eaten up, which stinks. So just try to get a little bit, like a 4 or 5 hour nap in there, and live the rest of your day, and then go to bed. I usually flip back, and I go to bed at a normal time, so I'll go back to bed at like 11 p.m. or something. Now, I just want to reinforce this point is you need to sleep. This is something that took me a little while to catch on to, because I was like, oh, I have all this time, I work at night, and so when my family's up during the day, I can be up too. But the problem with that is you stop sleeping and then your family doesn't want to be with you. Eventually my family was like, Liz, go to sleep. We don't want to be around you. You're really grumpy. You need to go to bed. So it stinks because your family is home and you can hear them, or you feel like you're missing out on activities because it's during the day, but that day is your new sleeping nighttime. So you just kind of have to block it out as best as you can and just make sure you get at least, 6-7 hours of sleep. Otherwise your body is eventually going to shut down and your friends and family will hate you because you're so cranky. That kind of brings me into my next point, which is how do you sleep better during the day? If you can get blackout shades, awesome. Kind of tricks your body into thinking it's nighttime. I really like wearing an eye mask. That also just blocks out additional light. Turn your phone on silent because the rest of the world doesn't know you're sleeping in the daytime, and every time that thing goes off, you'll wake up. Get a noise machine, like the ones for infants, or just download an app on your phone and have some kind of noise going, and that's gonna drown out the lawnmowers, the children playing next door, the buses, all the normal sounds that happen in the daytime because the world is really rude and doesn't realize you're sleeping, and they need to be quiet. Thanks very much. You're also going to want to try to limit your sleep disturbance. So try to stop chugging water or whatever you're drinking at night at like 4 or 5 a.m. Otherwise you're going to be up peeing, and then sometimes when you're up, you're up. Okay, next, tips for staying awake, which is equally as important on night shift. Drink lots of water. If you drink lots of water, you're kind of a little bit more alert, and then you have to pee. And hopefully you stand to get up and go to the bathroom rather than peeing your pants. So that makes you stand up and be active, which kind of wakes you up a little. On a similar thought, go walk around the unit, get your blood flowing. Every now and then, if I'm real tired, my friends and I will climb up and down the stairs, and there are a lot of stairs in hospitals. That'll really get your heart going and wake you up. On the way home. Okay, this is the hardest part because sometimes you're like okay through the shift, kind of hit a rush at the end, but then on your way home, you're doing that thing where like your mind's like, it's okay to close your eyes. You can close your eyes. I know you're on the freeway, but just for a second, no, that's never a good idea. So things that I usually bring with me in my car on the way home, I usually just fill up a cup of ice and just suck on the ice because it's cold. You can roll your windows down, turn up the music and sing to it. Can't just listen to it. You have to be like actively involved with this and perform, people. Jolly Ranchers or any hard candy, just something to suck on, especially if it's sour and just kind of like zaps you awake. That's a good one. Call someone. That can be a regular phone date with someone. And of course, coffee. Coffee, coffee, all the time. All night, all day, every day. Eating. So eating's kind of a weird one. You're gonna have to do what's best for you, but what I did was I ate my breakfast at a traditional dinner time, but I ate the dinner food, if that makes sense. So if we had spaghetti for dinner, I would wake up and have spaghetti as my first meal, which I know sounds kind of strange, but I kind of wanted to eat with like the rest of my family, so that's what I did. I ate that at like 5 p.m. and then eat another meal at 10 p.m. and then a light meal at like 3 or 4 a.m. A yogurt or an oatmeal, but you need that last meal in order to kind of carry you over through the morning. So I found if I don't have that meal, I either one, get home and eat an entire bag of potato chips or something because then I'm starving, or I wake up at like 10 a.m. and you are ravenous. So just have a little bit of something light there, and it kind of helps, gives you something fun to do at like 4 a.m. You're like, oh, finally, time for oatmeal. And then snacks in between there. And finally, the last topic we will tackle is scheduling. So I have found that working in like streaks of 3, so 3 nights in a row before a day off, or 4 nights in a row works best for me. Night 2 is the roughest. Night 1, you're kind of running on adrenaline. You're like, I'm real tired, let's go. Night 2, your body is like in that catch-up phase where it's like, you just did something really awful to me and you're tired. Night 2. But if you can get through night 2, you're kind of in a rhythm. So that's why I like to go night 3 and sometimes even night 4, because your body's in that swing of things, and then you're gonna have more days off after. In terms of looking at your schedule, just also be conscious. You need 2 night shifts off in order to have 1 full day off. So if you need Monday off, you need to request to not go in Sunday night and not go in Monday night if you really are gonna be gone that day. So just keep that in mind, that for every 1 night off, you really need 2 nights off. Of course, you can fudge that and kind of just be tired when you go into work, but something to be aware of. In terms of scheduling your life around work, I have always found it easier to schedule an appointment like a dentist, a doctor's appointment, something right after my shift rather than at like noon, because I think it is so much easier to just go and grab another cup of coffee, have a snack, and stay up for another 2 hours rather than going home, getting 3 hours of sleep or something, and then getting up again. The minimum I usually give myself is 4 hours. If I can get a 4-hour nap in, okay, but any less than that, no one wants to be around you. Your doctor's gonna think you're a crazy murderous person, and your dentist, you might bite. So at least get like a 4-hour nap in and schedule all your appointments right after you go to work. And this last tidbit is just have patience with your friends and family. They're not going to understand night shift. So again, turn your phone off and just have patience with them. They're contacting you because they love you, and just try to remind yourself that. And if you are interested, I did a day in the life of a night shift nurse. I took you guys with me on a 12-hour night shift. I'll link that video up here if you want to check it out, kind of see what a night shift normally looks like. And if you have any questions, anything like that, as always, let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful, and I will see you again next time, guys. Bye.